In 37th sloka, Lord Krishna says, as a kindled fire reduces wood to ashes, so Arjuna, so does the fire of knowledge burn to ashes all reactions of material activities. So in this sloka, we learn heap of karmas attached to each of us, consisting of reactions of sinful and righteous deeds performed by us over infinite lifetimes. We have been taking birth again and doing karma, and each karma is accompanied by pava and punya, and we undergo the reactions of such acts. So in this sloka, Krishna assures knowledge has power to burn the karma, the reactions of karmas in this lifetime itself. So, but you have to attain knowledge. Through knowledge, the knowledge of fire helps to burn the pava into pavam, that is our sinful acts, the karmic reactions, into ashes. So we should look for attaining that divine knowledge. First, let us surrender ourselves to God. And God has shown us the ways to attain Atmajnana, the divine knowledge. And this divine knowledge will help us to attain moksha, will relieve us from the cycle of birth and death. So Lord Krishna assures this in this sloka. We have to look for it. So we have to travel on that path which takes us to divine knowledge. First we should have faith in that, then you surrender to God, then do the karma as a karma yogi, and Lord has taught us how to perform a karma. So when you perform a karma and if it is offered to God, the God takes the effect of a karma and He relieves the devotee from that, is bhakta from all the karmic reactions. And when we are a karma yogi, when we follow the karma marga, we get this divine knowledge. So the divine knowledge purifies our body and mind. So our intellect is purified. So intellect controls our mind. Then we realize Atma Jnana. Through that we realize Paramatma. Then we are elevated to attain moksha. There's a story in which two characters, Jnanasittan and Kumanaviddan. Jnanasittan is a devotee, Kumanaviddan is not a devotee. Jnanasittan is not financially well, and he got a wife who is not very good with him. And Kumanaviddan's wife is devotee, and she's a very good lady. And Jnanasittan is somehow managing his life. What happens? Jnanasittan becoming all the more frustrated in life because he is losing his business. So he is losing his his assets. Then his wife leaving him because she is not happy with him. Whereas here in the case of Kumanaviddan, he got a treasure. So with that he became all the more rich. And he has a wife who concentrates on God. So he has got a good atmosphere around him. And Jnanasittan, he became mentally weak and he was about to commit suicide. He jumped into the well. But Bhagavan helped him to bring him up. Then there was a conversation between Lord Krishna and Jnanasittan. So Jnanasittan asked the questions, why am I suffering? I am a bhakta, I am always thinking of you. Then still I am suffering. Why this is happening to me? Why I am not even allowed to die? Then Bhagavan says, it is not happening because of yesterday's act or day before yesterday's act, you have been accumulating this sinful act, that is reactions of your karma, which you have been doing in your previous births. So this both Pava and Punya. Pava is sorrow and Punya is giving you pleasure. So life is such that is in birth, in every birth you take, you enjoy the reactions of Pavam first. That's what you are enjoying. What you made in your previous birth, you are experiencing. Not only previous, over the period of time, all the births, you are enjoying it. Once it is over, then your Punya account will start. So at that time, you will have all the good things. In Komanavidhan case, he has started with his Punya. So he is happy and he is getting all the materials and he has got good atmosphere around him. So everything is favorable for him. But for you, it is not, because you are undergoing that power. And because you are devotee, I am bearing the pain of all the power. I am undergoing the effect of the karma you did. You are experiencing that sorrow, a very small portion of the reaction of karma. Because you are my devotee, I am bearing that. So what you are undergoing, your sorrow is very less. I am not allowing you to enjoy the entire sorrow, but pain. So in that way I am helping you, because you are a devotee. So this is what life. So you are always carried by both Pavam and Punyam. So you understand this. Once this is over, then you will get into the account of, you will have the result of the Punya. But how to come out of the, I don't want the devotees to suffer by Pavam. At the same time, you don't have Punyam also. Both are not good. You do the karma as per Karma Yoga, so that you will not have the reactions of karma. So Karma Yogi does like this. So in Karma Yoga, Lord Krishna has taught only this. So if we follow that path, then we will not have this kind of life. We will not have both suffering as well as joy. So we will not have this, and we are surrendering to God, and we are offering all karmas to Him. So Bhagavan is holding everything. He is bearing everything. He protects us from the entire pain of the sinful acts. So He has taught us how to sit in a boat of knowledge and cross the ocean of material existence. And in this sloka He says, throw all your karmic reactions into the fire of knowledge and attain moksha.